Hey everyone, down here from the Tebo concept going on row scale sandbox that I just completely returned back, that we just continue of this video, that the last part we just already built the train and we just back it up and probably we're making for this one limited things as well. And where today, let's going for a real recreation of Hell Bent for Election. That the last time video that I just completed as the train we just completed to do so because all aboards for Bent for Election as well. That the one train was defeatist limited, which is I just absolutely used for the red rail locomotive. But how look at this? It must be the 442 locomotive. It's gonna be coming up fast and we're just gonna be releasing locomotive 0.0444. It is going to be taking for a little bit upside as well. That the fastest locomotive is gonna be coming around here. So this locomotive has on the lightweight as well. Added for a tank car, a flat car, the box car, the one thing as well. And that must be a soft things is probably for pillow coach, and another one must be for the housing for the war workers, priceless, huge 2-floor cars, the Coast of War flat car as well, another tank car who's probably having the funeral as the coffin on rails, which is the car of hearse, another probably a box car, a social security flat car, and the unemployment insurance. I'm probably the unemployment insurance wagon. Another one will be the refrigerator and the Jim Crow car as well. The train is moving a little bit pretty slow because I guess this is pretty awkward as well, that the train is going to be accelerating extremely slow. That the train is absolutely completely able to move around for this one thing. And so, the trial is on. And we're not going to be guessed. This steam locomotive is going to be also ready. That the key words about of these things is gun, jeeps. There is no flying machines whatsoever for big plane carrier as well, and we got absolutely tanks overall, and probably not sure that we have containers and a military vehicles and containers as well, a flat cars and some tanks, and probably there must be a few more of them. And there must be one observation car, and we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all 20 cars we have for today. And wait, oh dear, we just absolutely accidentally full throttle of the defeatist limited, and I'm not pretty sure that we're just going to be slowing down all the way to 44% of the throttle. So, I'll be making sure that the train number was 1944. And it's going to be actually that I'm just probably used the J3A 464 type locomotive. And must be the Dreyfus Hudson. Must be the New York Central that I just currently use for some sort of filming as well. And the film was actually created in United Auto Nations as well. United Auto Workers, I guess. We're just gonna be completely going to win the war. Poleman coaches and one observation. There must be for some sort of one thing. So, it will be coming up for just a little bit quick. And it won't be gonna be very worth it as very possible, as the train will be coming up really fast, and we just eventually turning on the headlights on. Is it gonna be work? And it does work. So we just absolutely try to continue to go but I'm not pretty sure that we guess. We already fixed this, and we just completely continue to go. We pretty think that the defeatist limited is coming all the way up into some sort of a hill, and probably it's still snow, and not in case it will be gonna be try to do this once again. And I'm probably not sure that we just saved locomotives for sure. Wait, I'm gonna be checking around of these locomotives, but I hear the diesels we just actually heard, and we're not pretty sure. There must be some sort of steam locomotives over here, and we got this some sort of a freight cars or some sort of a diesel locomotives we got here. The diesel locomotives or anything, of course. We're very sure that we're gonna be making things a little bit happen. I'm not sure I won't be able to let this happen again, and we're not gonna be told them to try it out. So I'll be seeing for this thing because I'm making sure that the tracks are probably okay. I have never sensed that the defeatist limited has already across the bridge, because that absolutely handles some heavy weights over here. And what about the Winter War special? And it's gonna be coming right over here, but unfortunately it wasn't that really fast. So let's just gonna be checking out the locomotive. It is not able to be coming fast at all, because that was very unfortunately, it was very slow as hell. So I have to click on the locomotive as very fast as possible, and because I have nothing that worried that we seen around of changes around and stuff, because once I rejoin the game, unfortunately this will be a harder times to do so. And because that would I say in this some sort of a bad news, but my father completely wasted my time already, that after dinner is already, so it's gonna be really fast soon. But I eventually going to be making more things as really fast as possible. And once I just gonna be complete on the line as really fast, we really don't think we're gonna be catching up to the defeatist limited as well. So it's not going to be really fast, because I just completely already saw that train was completely very slow, that holding around a freight as well. So but how of these trains are just gonna be working so slow? And probably that acts so slow, and it started to get a little bit dead slow over here. And what actually that the Winter War special is going to be making anything around for its true. So I'm not gonna be stopping talking as well. And look how that since the Winter War special is now stock. I'm probably not sure that we're gonna be deleting a locomotive, and that should be gonna be sitting around for just one thing. We're gonna be set that locomotive will be over here, and we're going to stop the defeatist limited will be right over here. And once I just sense the locomotive will be set around for 1500 horsepower, and I forgot to set the locomotive all the way to 1500. I'm probably not sure. 15,000 horsepower. We completely able to get this, and we're not going to be off time as really fast. So without further ado, we're never able to said the locomotive is going to stop, and it's not going to be all ready to make on time. So I have never seen this train that we're going to be handled to the heavy weight, because I never seen that scene before. Just before I just hit that bell over here, and what should be the locomotive is going to happen onto this corner, derailed. And what should be able to happen for the last time, we're pretty sure we're good to go. And looks like the heavy weight of these cargoes and battle things or some sort of military materials or vehicles or something that can handle the best. So we're going to make things for a full throttle. And oh dear, the defeatist limited has been fully stopped. I think it's time to go really fast. I really think the defeatist limited isn't going to be just one further we step right here, and we're never gonna be making thinking as well, and it's gonna be pretty obvious that we're just gonna be setting around for just one thing. So alright, let's set into one and let's transform into an arcade physics as well. So we didn't able to do this for one time, and I'm not pretty sure that we're going to be doing this for one time. So the locomotive is accelerating slowly, or probably, but you know what it is. The train is started to accelerate fast because I just set into the arcade physics. So let this locomotive stop, and probably the locomotive is gonna be pretty fast, and probably that New York Central, such as the Winter War Special, is gonna be overtaking at this one. Okay, get ready for the scene, because I just completely seen around for this thing. If I just gonna be pressing the whistle, oh, there it goes. Looks like it's gonna be time for revenge with the defeatist limited. Red rail is gonna be coming through, and will not subject to get already to the end. And what we absolutely try to think, looks like this is gonna be the best scene ever, but we pretty think this is gonna be moved such as a little bit pretty fast, and we'll really think it's gonna be overtaking as well. So in a very prank moment about to do this, I'll be gonna be choosing locomotives at the time, because the bad news is my internet connection is gone so weak since December around here, but now it's gotten a little bit worse, and tomorrow it will be more worse than ever. We never able to meant to set around this thing, and then I almost going to get froze, and since I'll be lowered down the volume, this is the Winter War Special versus Defeatist Limited, and we really guess that is gonna be possibly that we're doing this. One big crate and this thing as well, and I'm probably very sure that was some sort of a best scene. Wait, here comes the intersection. I wonder this is going to be hurting themselves. I think that already passes the intersection as well, and I'm not sure that does not able to be careful around for this thing, of course. So this is gonna be a little bit bad, and it's gonna be pretty awkward as we look onto this a little bit for one further ado. So my screen has started to get a little bit laggy as well, and the defeatist limited has taken the lead. We're not very sure that we're just gonna be completely handled. I just ride myself. It looks like that the Winter War Special is gonna be catching up once again, and I cannot believe that this is gonna be pretty wild as well. And we're now taking for this video for over 15 minutes, of course, and probably will lead that for the 30 minutes of this video. And of course, it's gonna be taking for a little bit of while, and it's gonna be catching up all the way until before to the entry around the town as well. So it's not gonna be that bad, but eventually that the Winter War Special is stuck once again. Winter War Special is having trouble with their cars, or stronger rail cars we possibly needed, as we look like that we just gonna be switching tracks very much, and we probably very sure this is gonna be making things for very on time as very possibly to do so. And because the next thing we're going to do this, that the Window War special is gonna be coming up really fast, and we probably were gonna be taking one lead at a time. And so, we're gonna be slowing down as one. Oh dear, we got another issue problem. And the defeatist limited is still going. So, I eventually have to stop the train immediately. So looks like we got for some troubling issues. So we're gonna be checking every car. And because we're not very sure, it's gonna be completely rolling and all. It's probably an accident over here. So there must be one big issue. It must be yours. It was a tragical mistake. Let's just delete this one, and probably it's gonna be not over here. It's probably a very insanely mistake over here. So if I just spawn, the tanks have just turned back. But looks like we're just gonna be coupling one cars, and looks like we're good to go for their battle. So there must be huge problems, and looks like we got a big one over here. There must be a pullman coach and the observation. So looks like we have to delete one thing as well. This is a huge trouble around of this thing. So looks like we have to reconnect back together, and we're not gonna be making insanely off time for sure. And it's not gonna be pretty bad as well. So looks like we're all cleared to get on, and it's gonna be ready to do so. But most likely of this thing is not that fast, so we cannot able to find address as well. So I never seen about this. So the railroad crossings has been activated around here, so that the defeatist limited is gonna be making pass through around for this over here. So we're not making of that one pretty issue to do so. The train is gonna be coming close, and I actually resaid that. It's gonna be passing the yard. Don't worry, we have cleared all the trains or some sort of rail cars over here, and it's gonna be definitely coming up really fast. And before the train hits that problem again, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really happening inside of this thing. So I'll be making sure that the train is going to be on the U-turn, and we think. Well, let's go for this track over here, and we're making things very sure that the defeatist limited is gonna be making through on time. And the left side of that rails must be that this train is going to be coming up really fast, because that must be one biggest problem of this train. The coach is of the priceless, but not instead of this thing as well. And looks like the train is going to be really fast coming around of this thing before stopping this train for sure for right now. So looks like it's still absolutely continue to go. And then the train will lead on to this track as well. So it's definitely not going to slow it down. And probably the train is going to be really fast in uptime, and it's not going to be a complete waste. So it looks like if the train is going to be continuing fast and heading on time, that it was eventually too late, that the train has to stop and ended up in the crash. And probably look like the train is gonna be coming here so quickly that when the war special is coming around through. So, probably it's not gonna be that fast, and it has to be hurry on time. Before, I'm not gonna be making sure that going it for too late is not even that possible. So, I wonder it's going to be happen again to their cars, or some sort of military rail cars as well. So look how the tanks has just turned back. And probably I just did something a little bit wrong. Oh, there is the defeatist limited. Alright, I should be able to make sure that we'll be overtaking as at once. And we're probably sure it's gonna be making this on time. And we're probably making onto this final phase. Then this is it. It is going to be the final leg to do this until the defeatist limited leads out. Oh no, there must be one problem ahead. So I have to stop all of the trains. And oh dear, there must be one big accident over here. There's one thing, but once it's absolutely all cleared to do so, except something wasn't going to be right. I have to repair this immediately to do this, and this is going to be really unfortunately. So, looks like the train is going to be moved a little bit to do so. And then we have slightly on the go. We didn't have anything as well. Not the NY as well. We still have a little bit of problems over here. And I guess we're gonna be turning around for doing like this thing. So, this is probably normal to do this. And then, let's just continue on the final leg as well. So, I'm not pretty sure that train is going to be leading all the way around to track number 44. So, this is where the final leg goes over here, but my frames per second isn't going pretty good as well. So it looks like that the defeatist limited is going to be making really fast, but unfortunately that I just completely spawned the Omega Town, and it looks like we're going to be making for this really fast, and we're very sure it's time to make something for the one relay. Let's go for the build tools, and uh-oh, this is not going to be making things for such as well. I think I'm just going to be spawned the terrain. We have a bunch of locomotives. We have to delete our trains of themselves. Alright, let's just going to be spawning as well. Alright, let's go for a terrain. And probably we're going to be placed somewhere over here. Collidable, check. And we're not going to be making sure it's not going to be very completed. So, the defeatist limited is going to be coming really fast. But looks like we're going to be using this for very sure. And set the entire things as well. Collidable. Everything collidable as well. So, we're not going to be able to think around of this thing. Oh dear. We're might going to be too late. And then I sure this is going to be enable the shadows, and looks like we're going to do this over here. Let's just take this one. And looks like I'll be letting this train block ahead as well. So looks like we're gonna be blocking this all the way down here. So nothing is gonna be over here for just time. And this is where the train ended up in the crash. But looks like it's gonna be really fast. But why the train is pretty early? I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be stopping the train. Unfortunately, this is gonna be pretty such as a 1-0. And I should be able to stop this on time. The train is absolutely hands on the brakes. And it's gonna be... Wait, please collide. There we go! It's all collide. But probably not the rest of the cars just did like this in the game. But probably in the expectation, all of the rail cars explode the tank, and probably that should be screwing up everything as well. And finally, the Wind War Special is absolutely leading himself for a long time, because I just probably summoned the spawn in to do this, because I am already to do something that I started to get a little bit smart. And looks like I'm probably very sure will not think the winner is Wind War Special, that defeatist limited has crashed out. And I pretty guess when the war special leads. And I'll never some sort that we seen for this some sort of problem as well. And looks like the end of credits will be coming in soon, unless that the Winter War special music has just kicked in until the end of this video. But looks like that is the good ending of this video. Before that does, pretty sure that will be Arrival at Washington. I'm pretty sure this is the track 44, and what pretty it says that I just completely blocked off by using for this thing as well. Pretend this is some sort of an X thing as well, and probably the train is absolutely taking the lead as possible. So, when the war special leads, it looks like last Christmas, you didn't own for some sort of a daylight, but now it has been unlockable for 1 year later. And it's probably now playable as well. Not instead of this thing. When the war special wins, of course, it's not gonna be making some sort of an accident over here. I wonder that we're gonna be making for one more. And then it's absolutely 20 cars. And that will be it of today's video. So, that will be for today's video that the railroad crossings are now set. But looks like the train is going to make it itself for a little bit for 55% of throttle as well. Or probably the train is going to be survived this way. And not going to be having for such as one accident to do this. Well, we probably sure I should be gonna be keeping on the tender, and that should be pretty it. And this is where we're gonna be going all the way to the end. So the music has just continues in, and you see some sort of for probably cards, disability endurance, for some sort of jobs for everyone in 1944 to get behind the president in 1944. So looks like our recreation is gonna be completed, but I'm not pretty sure that the defeatist limited is having some sort of trouble as well, and looks like that doesn't gonna be slightly on time. That having the lane for the defeatist limited, hopefully that should be the good ending for this time. And that should be brings up to now. The final leg is absolutely finished all the way to track number 44. And it looks like the train is absolutely speeding really fast, but I'm not gonna be guessing array for just to do this. I finally suggested a goof, and all of a sudden that it just completely spawned a locomotive that is turned into a horrible mistake for this one accident to do this as well. So if you like for today's video and about for first recreation to do this as well, leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. The train is heading back because since the winter event is still on mobile, I'm probably not sure that it's gonna be making it through. But it looks like the train is gonna be coming up really fast, so quick. And if the train hits this, probably one thing, this will be the last problem of this one locomotive before completed in arrival to do this for a first completed miles to do this, and it has been 20 minutes of this video when the war special won, and it's secure for its only one disability insurance, and I'm not gonna be saying for anything it goes so badly, and we'll try to slow things down back to 50 miles per hour. We're not making sure we'll be absolutely having for a lot of big problems for one of this train. And looks like that. Don't forget the game is linked in the description down below, so you might able to do for recreation of Hellbent for election. But what about the Commodore Vanderbilt? The current train was absolutely one thing. Not just like Samson was absolutely some sort of one thing. The Nickel Plate Road 484. And probably to do this, we're finally completed the miles as well. And looks like we have suggested we made it to our final destination. But looks like one sadly thing was we're very sure the train is finally arriving at Washington. So, that will be it for today's video, of course, and I'll be signing off for today as well. So, looks like it has finally arrived and getting some supplies. And I'm not gonna be even forgetting about this. That was pretty dumb to do so, and what a very dumb moment to do this, after all. The train has been completely derailed, and I was completely awkward about this when I was seeing. I may turn off the bell and the lights, and that should be it. Because the train is extremely long, American people aboard the American Freedom, or some sort of Winter War special, that was absolutely pretty it. And because this video was actually gonna be made for Sen to do so. Because it's actually pretty a lot of things to do, what I was saying for one reason. So I hopefully you'll like this video at all times, but before that you might dislike of this video, and this is absolutely a low budget to do so that we made of this video. Thanks for watching, and it's been 30 minutes of this video, and I was pretty confused as well, and that was going to be the end of this video for right now, and I'll talk to you mini lantern rose scale fans all later. The video links is in description below on Hellbent for election videos, and some videos could taken down eventually in the near future, but I'm probably sure that anything in this game does not exist from cartoons. That if it's possible, because next time I won't make something dumb in rose scale Sandbox, because this is my part of the private plan that I have fun legally. But all then, thank you for making me happy anyways.